Okay, so this is a quick video just to demonstrate these two logging scripts. So let's go ahead and run the scripts. I want to see. Okay, here let's run the script. Okay, so which one is the correct port? Is port number 1 with this vendor ID equal to 0403. Okay, so there we go. Port is open. Until the number of data points, I'll just pretend to have 100 data points, and in between maybe 15 seconds to easily demonstrate this. So I'll just do my local time zone and enter all the addresses. Well, I only have one. I'll put that in there, and if you have more sensors, you can just say 1, 2, 3, 4 or 1, 2, A, B, X, Y, things like that. So I just need one. Just make sure if you have a number of these addresses, they're all listed together without space. Okay, so now back here. And do I collect analog inputs? This is only for my SDI12 USB plus the analog adapter. This adapter has additional analog inputs. We don't have that, so we'll just do no. Okay, so now we start collecting data. So we're using address only 1, and sensor info is listed. If you have multiple addresses, then each sensor's info is listed. And we're saving to a file that has the name of year, month, and date. And we also have that information and also the time. Well, that looks like it's pretty early in the morning. I gotta get this done. So then the SDI12 address of 1, 2.0, and 25.0 is returned from this Decagon sensor. That's temperature in degrees C, and this is actually a dielectric constant. My sensor is not, it's a soil sensor, but it's not buried in soil. So if I hold it in air, it should report something close to 1. So let's hope that happens here. So every 15 seconds. There you go. So close to 1.03. Okay, so if you do just Control C, it quits the program. Okay. And let's see. Okay, so that's the file. So I can open it with a text editor, and this is exactly what it was printing out. And you can use Excel or any spreadsheet processor to process it. And it's also running the upload routine to upload to ThinkSpeak, although that routine can be changed to upload to other services. So let's try to run this 157 for a change. 157 has a config file, so it only needs to ask you all these questions one time, and plus it has more questions. So let's run this. Again, it's asking for which thing, which USB port, but it also lists this ID here. So what the ID is the ID of a particular SDI12 USB adapter. This is the adapter's ID. So it's able to save this ID, so next time it'll look for the same exact ID to open the exact right ports. Even if you have multiple serial port USB adapters, it'll always open the correct port. So that's nice to know. So let's select one, opening the port, and number of data points. Yeah, it doesn't really have to be more than a handful for a demo. So 15 seconds in between. And here is your listing the addresses, and it's no longer asking whether you want the analog readout or not. You can just list a lowercase z to read all the analog values. So I don't have it. I just have an address of 1, a single sensor. And then also here, to send the basic M0 command, enter 0. To send more commands such as M0, 1, and 4, enter 0, 1, 4. So this is, for most of you, you probably just need M0. And some sensors have multiple merriment commands. So if you want some of those commands executed, you'll just list the number after the M. Well, you have to read the instruction manual for that sensor, but I'm just going to use M because my sensor doesn't have more than one Merriman command. And then I'll just do a local, and there we go. It has started. It's also posting this thing here. So it looks very similar to what we saw before, right? So it's very similar. So let's wait for another data to be posted. 15 seconds. Okay. So I'm just going to grab the sensor to increase its temperature, and let's stop this. Okay, so we stopped it. And if we run this again, because there's already a config file that's been saved right here. See this? Let's see. Text editor. So there's this config file. And I don't know if there's a wrap. It doesn't really. Oh, okay, word wrap. So there's a config file that saved everything. Right. So let's close that. Unless you want to change it, you don't want to delete this file, so you want to keep it here. And okay, I'm just rendering videos. Okay. So now that we have a config file, we're going to run this again. Let's see. Okay, using saved configuration, so it's no longer asking us anymore. See, it just started. It went and looked for the correct serial port, opened the port, starts reading data, and now the temperature is higher because I've been just grabbing the sensor and basically warming it up. So this is a better version to use in order to automate the data collection in case your Raspberry Pi restarts or something like that, lost power, regained power, and you can have this script auto run. So if it auto runs and it has a config file, it'll just run without any human interaction. It just keeps running. But the downside is this is more complicated. If you want to customize this yourself, you may find it's a little harder to read through because it has all the additional features. So okay, hopefully this is enough to show you how this looks like. And again, you have this the data file. It's being written, just basically being written to first by the 1.50 and then picked up later by 1.57 and keeps writing to it. So every time you open it, it's going to have more lines. Oh, it's been modified. Do you want to reload? Okay, one more line came out. Yeah. Okay, so hopefully that's good enough. Thanks.